Hey friends, congratulations, you have touched the last part of this book. I know that when you had started the journey and listened to a few words of this book, your mind had vibrated and you forgot the time. Now you have reached the end of the journey and you got lots of energy in your body and mind. So let us start the journey epilogue. Your dream is possible. Before I proceed further in this concluding chapter of Dream It, I want to share a beautiful, real-life experience of Rajiv Anand. If you need more reasons to believe in your dream, Rajiv's story will make you do so. I had announced a training on goal setting in Meerut in the year 2000. When I entered the hall, I saw a group of over 1,000 people had gathered to hear me. You never know in whose life you have brought a change or how intensely your words have impacted them until you directly connect with them. The same thing happened to Rajiv and me. He was there in that training. During the training, as usual, I had asked the participants to write down their dreams and goals, which they did. Rajiv was among those who had written his dreams and goals as well. Rajiv was running a chemist shop in Meerut and was a network marketer back then. Before my training, he had already attended a few seminars and workshops on goal setting. After 16 years, in 2016, I got to know about Rajiv through a common friend. He had become a big shot name in real estate. I called Rajiv, and he invited me to his office for a meeting. When I met him at his office, he told me how the goal-setting training during his network marketing phase had positively impacted his life. He had learned how to write his dreams with specific goals. At that time, he had made all the notes in his diary about his dream to own a Scorpio, have fixed deposits for his kids, buy life insurance, own a luxurious house, and have a happy family. He had defined all the dreams he wanted to accomplish with all the specifics, date, time, area, etc. And then some circumstances arose where he had to relocate to Noida. Rajiv and his family left most of the things in their old home and moved to a new city and a new home to start afresh. While arranging furniture in his new home in 2014, his mother asked him to bring some essentials from their Meerut home. Rajiv drove his Scorpio so that he can bring all the essentials that his mother had asked for. When he entered his house, especially his room, he saw his dreams written everywhere on the bathroom doors, near the bed area, in his cupboard. And then he saw the trunk. He opened it and found his old diary, which he had forgotten. The pages, saw that he had written some dreams in it, smiled, and kept it along with other house items he was supposed to carry with him. While on the way to Noida, he ignored the red traffic signal and, unfortunately, the traffic police caught him. The traffic police asked him to show his vehicle's registration certificate, RC. Rajiv showed it to him, paid him the challan, and stopped for a while. It was the first time holding his RC for such a long time. He just started to read what was written on it that the traffic police were reading. As his eyes moved along the lines, something hit his mind. He picked up his diary, flipped its pages, and stopped where he had written his dreams in detail. To his surprise, the date written in his diary was the same as the date of buying of his first Scorpio. Later, as soon as he reached home, he asked his mother to give him the papers of all the fixed deposits, FD, and life insurance. The month and the year written in the diary matched exactly with that of the actual buying them. And when he read the specifics mentioned about his house, they were the same as he had written in his diary, word by word. This was the sign when Rajiv knew dreams happen only when you visualize them and have the guts to take action accordingly. In his words, all you have to do is believe in the Almighty. You can trust the pilot, who is a stranger and will fly you to a certain point, but you won't trust someone who has created you. That's the irony of today's world. Rajiv was thankful that somewhere I, too, had contributed to helping him identify his dream, because of which he could clearly visualize what he wanted for himself and his family. After our meeting, we kept connected and have turned good friends now. Rajiv's story doesn't stop there. Like many families, the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020 was the worst hit for Rajiv. He was already suffering a huge loss of 39 crores in his business in 2019, because of which he had to sell all of his wife's jewelry and pay some of the debts to the bank. 2020's COVID-19 pandemic came as a thrash to his business and his life. Rajiv was already in heavy debt. He had exhausted all his savings and didn't have enough money to pay the electricity bills. There were nights when he and his family had slept without electricity in their home as the power was cut from their house altogether. He had to stop his kids' education, as he didn't have money to pay their fees. Every time Rajiv was about to give up, his wife reminded him of Guruji, the divine energy, who was there to support him by saying, "It's the matter of trust. Have your trust in him. He will take care of us." When Rajiv would think of a fresh start, hurdle would come his way. He had EMIs to pay. Over 100 checks had bounced in his name, and an auction poster was pasted outside his house. His dream home was on the verge of getting auctioned. Rajiv could not see any other way except to give up. However, his wife stood by his side like a pillar of strength and would make him stand up every time he turned his back. Her only words that soothed Rajiv and gave him strength were, "Believe in Guruji." One day Rajiv gathered all the bills, sat near Guruji's pick, and with all the trust in him, he said, "All things are on you now. If you want me to sleep on the roadside, I'll do. But tell me what to do with these bills." Rajiv did so dream ID in the morning, and by afternoon he received a call from his bank offering him a 20 lakh loan. He had cut the call immediately, thinking it was spam. His phone rang again. A new number flashed on his mobile screen. When Rajiv picked up the call, it was the same voice, same info, trying to convince him that his bank had chosen him for giving a loan of 20 lakh. Rajiv thought it was some prank. The next time when the phone rang, he didn't pick up. He knew it was spam. But the person on the other side was adamant about giving the loan. Later, when Rajiv inquired, he got to know that all the details the man was telling him on the phone were true, and his bank had some extra funds which were being given to the loyal customers. One of them was Rajiv Anand. He recalled his wife's words about believing in Guruji, that divine energy had helped him to make a comeback. And from there, Rajiv re-entered the game of real estate once again. That day, he visualized doing a 100 crore turnover by October 2020. He achieved it, and to everyone's surprise, he surpassed that goal. He did a turnover of 250 crores. Maybe, as you read this story, his finances have touched another height. The point of sharing this story here is, when you see a dream, you must know that it is possible. It will happen. And it happens. Ups and downs will be there, and circumstances will leave you in doubt, but you have to make the choices wisely and handle them like a hero, a winner, or a champion. Things will come and go, but your trust in yourself and the divine should remain untouched. 2 years ago, when the COVID-19 pandemic hit us in 2020, I made some financial goals, and I accomplished all of them. By now, you have known what I had gone through during the pandemic, yet I held on to these 3 simple tools: visualization, verbalization, announcing my dreams, and vitalization. I have achieved so many goals that I had achieved just because of applying these tools correctly in my life. I keep attacking my mind from all sides by using these simple tools. Now you know them too. And after reaching till here, you know what to do with these tools. Isn't it? Always see your mind as your powerhouse. On average, only 1 to 2% of this powerhouse is utilized by human beings. The rest goes unused. You have to explore more such dimensions and see how you can make the best use of your mind to get into the action. Note down this simple formula and carry this along with you. You think you believe you to achieve your dream, you would need some particular set of skills and a few like-minded people. But you will be the one walking alone on this path because it is your dream. You have seen it, so you have to achieve it. You can visualize your dream as intensely as you could because then only you will realize how serious you are about it. In 25 plus years of my career, I have seen people who only exist on this planet. They are not here to live their life to their fullest. Seeing this gives me pain because they are not utilizing their inner powers and strength. God has given every one of us a tremendous amount of power to live an extraordinary life, a life of our dreams. One phrase to it: utilize your inner powers. Today, life has become more accessible. Anyone can become successful. But the question is, how can you become successful? And the answer to this is straightforward. If you are open to learning and developing your skills and intellect, and above all, you believe in achieving your dream, you will be the one to live your success. If you are motivated, you can do wonders in your life, and if you are not, you want someone who can inspire you towards your life. In that case, list down the names of people who can help you support your dream. Don't be surprised if none of the names you know fits your list. Don't worry. I'll be there to handhold you, take you step by step on the ladder of your success to achieve your dream. But remember, whosoever will come to support you, maybe your friend, family, or team members, will be just the facilitators to help and support you to reach a certain level. So, communicate with them about what is required out of their expertise. But never assume anything, as it creates false assumptions and expectations, which lead to heartbreaks and emotional chaos. So, dear friend, keep walking and working towards your dream. And you will know that your dream is possible. I am glad that you have completed the last chapter also of this book. But you can really enjoy this book only when you touch it with your hands. Because if the book stays close to us, many types of changes automatically start happening in our life by getting it. For this, you quickly go to the description and make this book your own. Link is available to get the book delivered to your home. Dr. Lalit Arora has also organized a special online workshop for you, for which you can book your one seat, whose link is also given in the description. Friends, you should not keep the sound flow of this book to yourself. You must share it with your friends so that there can be a change in their life too. We'll remember at least 5 friends. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.